UFC 238, June 8th, United Center. Look who's here, the messenger, Henry Cejudo. Look, would you just go to the United Center? You got yourself a jersey? What's going on here?
I did, man. It's awesome, but it's surreal. It's surreal for me today, going out there and seeing the Michael Jordan statue, and then being given. I got my name on the back.
How awesome is that?
It's cool, man. It's cool. It's cool to be able to fight too. Eventually, with where the great Michael Jordan played. To me, I'm on cloud 9.
So, but you're an LA guy. I mean, what's up with
Not in Chicago.
Okay. I mean, we got Kobe, we got Mike, we got LeBron, but you're comfortable, and MJ is the greatest of all time. Of course, he is, but like some people might not know that coming from.
Yeah. You know what? And it's, man, God, yeah, because you can't deny the 6 titles, man. The retirement of 2 years, coming back and winning 3.
Yeah.
I mean, Jordan was something special, but also LeBron, dude, what he's been able to do. I mean, and then Kobe. I mean, these are the 3. I don't know who I would pick, to be quite honest with you, but obviously as of right now, because of what MJ's done, you have to.
Can we let's start at the beginning here for you. You're one of 7 kids, right? Mm-hmm. Your mom is doing everything she possibly can to raise you. Your dad, you've talked about this, drug addict, wasn't around. Is that accurate?
Yeah, just not even wasn't around, just wasn't there. Yeah.
So, and zero comfort as a kid. Like no bed, no pillow, no. I mean, like
no, it's
how
just a typical. I don't even know say typical, but there's a lot of poverty in America, and I believe at that time in 80. I was born in 87, around 87, like all the way to like the mid 90s. Like it was pretty bad for us, And when people talk about ghettos and crime and drugs and all that, like we weren't even thinking about that. Like we're just thinking about how do we survive, how are we gonna eat, how are we gonna stay malnutrition, especially in the summers when school is out. So when I come from a good family, obviously my father was an alcoholic, in and out of jail. Pretty much he got deported by the time I forget what age, but I was pretty much raised by my mother, who traveled the world. We traveled from like 3-4 different states, man, and I went to 13 different elementary schools.
Wow.
A little bit of unsteady, but it was also an adventure too. I embrace all the adversity that's been given to me, because I've been able to handle it very, very well, even as a little kid.
So sort of like what you know, basically. As a kid, I guess.
Yeah. But even as a kid, it's just reality. You're different. You're not gonna ask for Christmas presents because you're not gonna get it. So why even bother? Right. Santa Claus don't exist. At 6, 7 years old, like you're already like, oh yeah, that's the make-believe guy.
But so you're at school, and the kid sitting next to you is getting gifts and whatever else he's got, and you're sitting there. I mean, how were you at that time? Like just holding yourself as? Did you feel less than? I don't know.
Yeah, but probably at that time,
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's you face it. Even at that time, it's just, dude, there's only so much an immigrant woman could do. I didn't speak a lick of English.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's like, man, we'd be happy to even just see her come to the house because she would work so much.
Wow.
So it was a different level of gratitude for us. So it wasn't necessarily the nice shoes or the bike. It was more like, hey man, our mom's home. She can cook for us today.
Wow.
She's not that tired.
Wow.
So to that extent, when I'm telling you, one of 7 kids, like it was literally raised by a single mother, I literally mean it.
Yeah.
Like no uncles. Actually, we did have uncles that came in, but they weren't much. It was like nobody really brought us in. Like we had to survive and do it on our own.
How'd you? Would you say fall into wrestling? How did you approach that? Because you go on to win a gold medal at a very young age, the youngest ever Mexican American to do that. Just how did you maybe had a? This is something that I feel like I'm good at. I love it. I mean, how did that happen?
It was through I think you would say nurture and nature. I had the mixture of both worlds. Even though my dad was always in and out of jail, every time he would get out, he was always in shape. He was a dude. I look identically like him. Like he was. I found out later he was like a diver, and then he was a bodybuilder, and I knew that since the beginning. So genetically, he was always good. He would come out and get my mom pregnant. So a lot of it, my mom never drank, smoked, or anything. So it was kind of those genes, and then through nurture, how I was raised. Just
Yeah.
because I was the youngest of the family didn't mean I was getting everything. I was a spoiled kid. No, 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 not in my family, dude. I was the guinea pig. I was the one that got beat up. I was the one that was picked on by my brothers and sisters. I was the one that was challenged.
So you had to learn to do something just so you could survive in your own household.
Yeah, yeah, and I got beat up until I started wrestling very well, probably until high school. But
Yeah. Was it true you weren't supposed to be on that '08 Olympic team? You were more 2012, but they're like, all right, Henry, go ahead.
yeah, yeah. And I remember moving out to the training center when I was 17 years old. I was a junior in high school, and I remember going out there because I got called. It was like it was an experiment, sort of what they do with China and little kids, how they put them in an athletic camp, and hopefully within the next 8 to 12 years they can become Olympic champions. And they tried to do the similar thing with me, but they had envisioned 2012, and and I remember telling them, I was like, I don't need 2012. I said, you give me the resources, you give me the time, you give me everything that I need, man, and I will do it in 2008. Like that determined at the age of 17, like that,
crazy.
like that determined. I says, guys, I can beat all these guys. I can beat them all. And in a sport like wrestling, the toughest sport in the world, when you hear it from, they're just kind of like, yeah, I've heard this before. But the difference is I was built different. My greatest asset is my mind. I'm very healthy up here.
Where are we giving credit to the confidence and this mind being as sharp?
And people would trip out when I tell them. It's like I feel like since I was born, I've had it, like a gift almost. Like I know that I could reach as far as the unreachable. And yeah, obviously my mom always edified us. She was very kind of ruled with the iron fist. Like it wasn't a mom that was like, oh my, like no, she was a regiment. Like when we went to church, we sat down like we're a communist.
We're gonna do this right.
Yeah, you know what I mean. So a lot of it's second place. It's just how come you can't be first?
I see on the Twitter and you got books out there too, but motivational speaking and I've seen you on mountains, taking in nature. So who inspired you and it seems like this is something you want to give back to, just to get people to be their best.
Yeah, no, because a lot has been given to me, man. A lot has been given to me through sports athletes or even the government, man. I was a welfare kid. I almost feel like now it's my stewardship to give back, man. So I do techniques of the week, which is a technical, wrestling, whatnot. But I just feel like everything starts with the mind. If you're able to build this, and the rest will be a lot easier. It starts with the mind and it ends with the mind. And I feel like that's a great trait that I have, and I've been able to speak about it all across the country in front of the world's most recognized brand, Coca-Cola, Microsoft, TD Ameritrade, the Pentagon, in front of Congress. Like I've been fortunate, but I don't feel like I've been given enough to the fans, to the people, and that's kind of what I'm starting now.
What's the message you want to get out there?
Oh, it's very complex. I think the secret to success and what I live by, the model that I live by, is called dream, sacrifice, victory. It all starts off with a dream, and you have to be faithful to that dream. That dream, what is a dream? Your dream is your imagination. Your dream is something that you're obsessed with, and I'm here to tell you that you can accomplish that. But second, you have to understand the true meaning of what it's like to sacrifice family, friends, certain people of your time, certain people in your life that just, you got to kind of cut out the fat and understand that. So if you dream, so the sacrifice always has to be greater than the dream in order for you to accomplish victory. So I call it dream, sacrifice, victory. But every scenario is different too. So there's a lot. It's not complicated, but it's complex.
People don't want to get into that sacrifice part, or they think that.
No, everybody wants, but are they willing to give? And I can tell you, I gave a lot of things up, man. I gave my childhood up. I gave my teenagers up. God, even broke up with girls that I was supposed to marry for this. So it's heavy. It's heavy, but it all depends is how bad do you really want it?
Right.
How bad?
That's a not letting anything get in my way. Like, that's what it takes.
And there's a balance of some sort, but there's not a balance. It's an 80-20 balance. There's an 80, boom, to the dream. The 20 is to life.
I think you're being kind to the 80. Could be like 95-5.
And no, obviously you gotta
Maybe-
eat. You gotta fella. I mean, that's important too.
Okay. Well, I'll put that in like the 80. I'm just allowing like 5% distraction. But okay, let's talk about Marlon. He does not like you. He is like offended that you're moving up a weight class. He thinks you're being. A lot of people think you're being selfish. He's saying he wants to hurt you. He wants to put his fist through your face. Whatever else it is. I mean, this is an angry man you're going to be fighting.
Yeah. And they've all said that. Demetrius said the same thing. TJ said the same thing. They said the same thing at the Olympics, and I proved them all wrong. I hope he brings that energy come June 8th. Like I really do. I hope what he says he can manifest, because I'm gonna be ready. Bricks don't hit back, and I'm not a brick, man. I'm one of the greatest competitors of all time, in my opinion. I've competed against the best. I've accomplished some of the things that nobody has ever won the Olympics and the UFC title. Two of the toughest things any human being could ever do, and I've done. So if you think your words are gonna lure me or gonna scare me, it's like, man, you're in for a treat, man.
Does TJ 32 seconds take you to a whole nother level? I mean, I saw you talking about before the fight, and you were like, I'm coming, but like to do what you did, that's gotta maybe even impress you.
I was ready. I knew I was gonna beat TJ. Maybe not in 32 seconds, but I knew I was gonna beat him. Like there was no doubt in my mind that I was gonna beat him. And in reality, and I go into that with DJ. It was a little different, man. Yeah. It was a little different animal. Like I knew, it was like, hey, man, there's a possibility where you can give it all you got, but the dude is the greatest of all time. Like you're going up against a Michael Jordan of MMA. Statistically proven. I mean, the dude is, we can say John Jones or whatnot, but this guy has been healthy. This guy has been clean. This guy knows how to wrestle, do jiu-jitsu, Muay Thai, and how to figure him out. So to me, TJ was just another version of DJ, but just a little more diluted. To the fans that don't understand fighting, they thought, oh my God, there's knockout power. He knocked out Cody once or twice, and it's the same thing with Marlon. It's, guys, I'm a gamer. I will find a way to beat you. I got a safety net, and it's called wrestling. And I'll use it when I have to. And I can strike too, by the way.
It sounds like you got a little bit of that mind thing going on in there, too.
I get a little razzled. I get a little hype. Yeah. You're doing it to me. You're doing it to me.
Yeah,
I might have to start charging you.
So we got dollars over it. It's okay. Are you worried they're going to get rid of the 125?
No, I don't think so. I think now they see the big picture, especially what happened with TJ, and then especially what happened with TJ too, what recently happened with him pissing hot. I think there's a lot of good quality fighters down there. And then think about it, Demetrius Johnson was pound for pound the best fighter in the world for years. Now I defeated him, I defeated the guy up a weight class. Like, hey dude, what's not intriguing about this weight? I just took out the bantamweight champ, one of the faces of the UFC in 32 seconds. You want to get rid of it?
Right.
Dude, come on, man. Come on.
Does that make you not want to rematch him as much because of pissing hot?
It doesn't. It doesn't. I don't, actually.
Okay.
I'm not about that. I'm a competitor. I'll shake your hands. Like anything past after we get done fighting, dude, I have no animosity, no hate towards anybody, nor before the fight. I'm a businessman. I'm a competitor, man. But when somebody, it's an even playing field. But when somebody like that kind of takes it to the next level, we're not hitting a baseball, man. We're not hitting a little baseball. We're gonna be throwing some leather at each other, elbows, knees, submissions. What if it would have hurt me? I got a mom, I got brothers, I got sisters. Luckily, I don't have any kids. But, dude, it could be fatal. And it's unfortunate, but I don't know the true circumstances with TJ, and I hope all this stuff gets resolved. But it's just unfortunate because it only hurts our sport. And I've heard him in the past that he's been doing it, and I never brought it up out of respect for him and out of respect. You know what? Whatever happened in the past, I'm over it. But now that it kind of surfaced again, I'm just like, damn, dude, really, man? We shook hands. We said, let the best man win. Shit, we even exchanged numbers. Yeah. You're going to pull that? Pfft. It's
Yeah.
sad, man. Like, and you want to know my real emotions? Like the day I found out, man, I was just like real, like emotional. Like almost wanted like to cry. I'm like, damn, dude, people are that insecure. People have that much malice, man, to do that.
Yeah.
Like it's a trip, man.
So it's interesting because it's different the way you just line it up. I don't think people think about that.
They
That's another
don't.
human being.
They
but
don't. They
it's
don't.
not.
They
You're not
don't.
just trying to hit baseballs and get a huge contract. You're putting. I mean, yeah, I hear what you're saying. I mean, I saw Marlon talking about. He's like, I don't care what you do. I'm just going to come in there and fight you. And I'm hearing your side of it, and I think what you're saying makes a whole lot more sense. I mean, if you got to fight straight up.
Yeah, because you gotta respect every opponent. That lets you know, man. Someone that says that, like, whatever, I want to take you out, like that, just lets you know, like they're far off here,
Right.
because they don't understand that at any given moment you can get knocked the hell out,
Yeah.
and there's gonna be a lot more power, a lot more force if there's a little bit of more juice behind it.
So you potentially could be holding up 2 divisions here.
Potentially defending both divisions.
That's what I'm saying.
So
you'd fight both?
But why not?
Isn't that
Why
hard
not?
to do?
It is. But I'm a competitor, man. Look at who I fought: Demetrius Johnson, T.J. Dillashaw. Now Marlon Vera. I'm an active champion. I'm not out here freaking kissing babies. I'm going out there. I'm doing my PR work. I'm hyping up the fight. I'm doing what I gotta do to get fights. And I'm not taking it. I'm a champion out there. I'm not taking breaks. I'm not saying I'm injured for a whole damn year. Like, no, I continue to keep pushing myself and competing against myself, so I can be in the history books for forever and ever. Amen.
That's beautiful. But I always like when people talk about legacy and history books, I'm like, nobody remembers anyone. It's about like you get to live this right now. Like you're never, when you're 50 or whatever, you're not going to be doing this.
No.
So this is like,
No.
there's got to be something about the moment that's amazing.
And it is, and it's special, man. Like it feels so good to be the champion, and not necessarily just be the champion, but to be in my situation. Because I can honestly tell you, I am living my dream. I, sir, am living my dream. Olympic champion, UFC champion, and then you just added a belt on top, dude. That's just a cherry on top.
That's right there, baby. Look at that thing.
Yeah, I have one. Now I just got to get the bantamweight one. But what I'm saying is, it's in the category of being one of the greatest combat athletes of all time. Not the greatest fighter of all time, not the greatest wrestler, but when you combine these two things together, who has my accolades? John Jones? Daniel Cormier? Niet. None of them, and I respect them.
Right.
When it comes to like the king of combat, I believe I believe I am the front runner.
Let me just rewind back then, because when you boil it all together, like, what was your favorite thing about being an Olympic champion? Like, how would you compare that to raising the belt, wearing the belt?
Oh, man, being an Olympic champion, it's just it's beautiful, great belt. Beat Demetrius Johnson. I think it's special, man. I get more recognized with this, obviously, but I'm more respected because of the gold medal.
Yeah, that's true.
Because not everybody's like, oh, dude, that's that weird stuff that they do. But when you bring an Olympic gold medal, you represent your country. You're like a patriot, a hero, and it feels good to hear it from like everybody from a 9-year-old grandma to a 6-year-old kid. You know what I mean? Like it's special, man. It's special, and like I said, I'm living my dream because of the hard work, because of what I've put my body through, my mind, my soul, my time. I'm living it, man. And I talked to Jessica today about it too. I'm like, put this belt on. And she's like, no, I'm not gonna do it until it's like that. I'm like, I'm telling you, man, put it on. Feel that weight. Feel like what it's gonna feel like. Feel it, man. Feel the fact that it's gonna be tangible on you. It's gonna be a little more surreal, a little more real. So you could actually feel it, rather than, okay, it's gonna be a surprise for me when I beat Valentina. It's like, no. The time is now.
See, I think that's something that only a fighter can understand, like what it actually means to have it.
Yeah.
It's.
But it's not even necessarily that, man. Like now, because now I can consider myself a legend, man. Like I truly can, like a legend of sport. Maybe in MMA it's still yet to be written, but in sports, like it's like, hey, this guy's a competitor. And winning world titles like this against the caliber athletes that you have been, it doesn't even become about the belt no more. I get a high more on feeling these emotions, dude. This emotion of accomplishment. It's like receiving a diploma of everything you've ever thought up here.
Yeah.
Now I'm living it. Now everything that I said up here is finally true because I manifested that, and that's what's special about it.
I saw one quote that you had was, go in to kill and be willing to die to do it.
Mm-hmm.
That's intense.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm going to step in here and no matter what happens, I'm going to win this. I'm going to come out on top, and I'm going to put my life on the line.
Yeah, everybody's willing to kill to win, but who's truly willing to die to win? And that's the difference. I'm willing to die, man. I'm a kamikaze. I'm going out there and I'm gonna, it's that mindset. It's that mindset of, okay, man, I am willing to kill you, but I'm also willing to die, and I can accept it.
That's a level that I want to survive,
but you know what I'm saying. Like, not, it's not like I'm going to war and shooting guns.
Well, a little bit. I mean, not
but
that
in
level.
some sense, like, yeah, man, you can learn a lot from a freaking serial killer.
Yeah.
You ever watch Forensic Files or a serial killer just talking? You see like the evilness in their eyes, like, dude, when they say something, it's like they mean it.
Yeah,
and it's
terrifying.
like, damn, there's a lot of, it's terrifying, but there's, in some crazy way, sick way, there's passion in there.
Yeah.
As crazy as that sounds.
Listen. I get it. You live in a very intense land, and however you can pick from like little things. I mean, people, guys like you, they say this is the language, this is the verbiage. I'm coming in to kill you. Right?
Yeah, the subject's getting a little. I'm like getting the chills.
Yeah, me too. Well, here, you see, this is the thing though. You sort of you enjoy like leaning into the cringe and sort of being the weird guy. You'll be in bed. You'll send tweets out at people who've got girlfriends, boyfriends, ramping it up. Roses are red because what do I got here? Roses are red.
Jesus, I'm never gonna live that down, Dave.
So they're turning blue because I got real championship gold, and I have a loaded question for you. I'm trying to. I mean, you're willing to go there.
I am, and the reason why I'm willing to go there is because of my division. Demetrius Johnson was the greatest fighter of all time in history, in human history. Talk to him in an interview. Yep. Nope. Yep. Like, dude, I wonder why they're trying to get rid of our division. Yeah, you beat the crap out of all of us, but dude, if you're a little more charismatic, a little more open, maybe you wouldn't be in this situation. And guess what? It took Henry to resurrect that. And and I'm gonna continue because people won't get it, man. People won't get it until it's like, oh damn. The people that do get it is like, dude, Henry's doing a lot for us. Whether we like him or not, whether he's cringy or whatever, people are talking about him.
So this is, I feel like it's part, I don't know you as well as I know my closest friends here, but like I feel like this is you. It's not like you're doing it for business, but it's also like you kind of you wouldn't do it if it didn't align with you in some way. I'm
gonna describe with two words that I could, if I may, if you were to describe me. And then number one is I'm very grateful. I have gratitude in me. I think that brings in a lot of happiness. Like, I'm a very, very happy human being. Like, I truly, truly am. And I was researching like the word on gratitude, and I listened to this pastor by the name of Rick Warren, and he talked about, and this is before I even had ever thought about this. So you're describing it to be gratitude. But he talked about how gratitude is the greatest emotion any human being could ever have. Ever have. So I would say I'm very grateful. And then number two is I'm very carefree too. Not careless, but carefree. Like, I'm just a carefree person. My house can burn down tomorrow. I'm just like, well, I can make a joke about it. I can lose everything. The next 10 minutes we can just crack up, and I can, pop a beer with the friends and just laugh about everything.
Hold on, the Arizona house that thing's sweet.
No, it is. I'm just giving you an example, but it's like I'm very.
Yeah.
My gold medal burnt down. It burnt, and I was just, dude, that same day I was cracking that same hour, that 30 minutes. My friend didn't wake me up, and I started blaming him and kind of almost died and whatnot. And I was cracking jokes, and people were like, "Man, this dude is a trip."
Moving through the emotion.
Yeah, yeah.
Right,
It's like,
so-
what do you do when you cry and it doesn't do anything? I'm not saying crying is because crying could be good too,
Right.
but dude, the situation's done.
Right.
It's the memory. It was a journey. It was being on top of the world. It was being the best. It wasn't something tangible.
Right. That's always in there. So how are you going to beat Marlon? No pressure.
How am I gonna beat him? I'm gonna beat him because I'm a gamer. I'm gonna beat him because I find ways to win, and I'm gonna beat him because I respect him. And that's how and that's why I'm gonna beat him.
Anything special to train for this one?
He's got power. He's dangerous. He's like I said, man. You can even call him. I can even say that I'm a fan of his style of fighting. But for that reason too, I want to knock the block off his head because I'm my biggest fan.
It's going to be awesome.
Yeah.
June 8th.
So it's funny or it's crazy. He's gonna get into character. Like these guys, they don't know the mind as much as you think they know it. He's fake. Oh, he's not a good guy. I'm like, come on, man, you don't know me, dude.
That's what, right, so does that bother you?
No, it doesn't bother me. It's just it bothers me. It bothers me that he doesn't. That it goes through that line of character. It's like, come on, man.
Yeah, no, I mean, I'm listening to him talk about you. He's attacking your character left and right.
Yeah, and it's
Little
okay, man. I love you
selfish-
too, Marlon.
Yeah. Little selfish guy, want to put him to sleep. He wants to hurt you. Don't text me. Don't talk to me. We're fighting. All that stuff.
First of all, I don't have his number, so I don't even know where he got that from. I think if I ever try to do something like that, it was just to tell Ali, because he represents both of us. It was just tell him, like, hey, man, don't get family involved. I says, I respect you. I know you have kids. You have a wife. I says, don't get my family involved. That was it.
Interesting.
So, well, I ain't trying to be his friend. Trust me.
I believe you. All right. Well, the messenger. It's been a pleasure to talk to you. I think that jersey looks sweet on you.
Yeah.
I wouldn't give that one away. I don't.
No, I'm not going to. I'm gonna hang it up, man. I'm gonna hang it up. And I just got this this gold chain too by Bixler, the official sponsor for the UFC, the jeweler, and they made a little dove.
Oh.
And it's pretty cool, man. So it's the length of my gold medal, and it was done specially for me. And I want to say thank you so much to Jevin and Bixler for the great gift.
Very cool. Henry the Messenger Cejudo, June 8th, United Center. At Henry Cejudo on Twitter. Tickets on sale, April 5th, 10 a.m. Ticketmaster, get them. Appreciate your time.
Yeah, thank you guys, man. You guys make sure to get your tickets. There's going to be fireworks June 8th, and I'm excited. I'm excited to put on a show for you guys. And thank you to all the fans, and thank you to all you trolls. I love each and every one of you. Whether you like me or not, I'm gonna find a way to make you cringe.
For the trolls, Henry, we'll see you.